Greetings, I'm Rob Chappers.
And I'm the captain.
And we've got these stunning, mega premium limited edition RGs, which are spoiling us today.
Ambassador, you're spoiling us with your Ferrero Rocher and...
Looks like a Ferrari with an engine going on under the hood. Look at
So,
this.
whose birthday is it this year, Rob?
Mine.
No.
Everyone gets a birthday every year, Lee.
Okay, but specifically, who's going to be 30?
Ibanez RG.
Whoa!
Wish I was 30.
Yeah, so, okay, to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the release of the Ibanez RG guitar, which is crazy, isn't it?
That's a lot of time.
30 years old. How old were you 30 years ago?
I would have been 11.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'd have been 14. So, fair play. I mean, no wonder Rob and I kind of feel like the RG is one of those guitars that's always been there, because I guess it was before we even started. I believe I got this the wrong way around. I said that the RG shape had inspired the Gem, and I got shot down in the comments section by people saying, no. It was the Gem that inspired the RG shape.
Yes.
So, but yeah, can you imagine that? What was that, 1987?
Yes,
then?
it was around 87, 88,
1987.
because I remember vividly my best friend's brother, Ian, hello Ian, if you ever watch these videos, had an RG and it was black and it had green pickups. And I was like, oh, what's that? And he went, oh, it's an RG. You know, have you ever seen Steve Vai? He plays Ibanez.
And I don't know if this guy, I haven't seen him for years, but I'm staggered at the fact I even remember his name. But when I was first in Andertons, which would have been not long after this, I remember selling to a guy that I got to know quite well called Rob DeVizio. I mean, how cool is that for a start, having a name like DeVizio to play this kind of guitar? And he had the neon yellow with the pink pyramid inlay. He rocked the out of that guitar, I tell you. But
remember the dinosaur ones they had, like all the sort of crazy artwork? You don't remember those? I so wanted one. It was like a custom artwork job with dinosaurs, jungles and things. Yeah, anyway, we digress. I really wanted an RG as well.
Okay, so now a few years ago, Ibanez did this whole kind of premium prestige kind of differentiation within the range. So you've got prestige, which is Japanese, and premium is this kind of like mid-price, Indonesian-made range of guitars. Probably, in fairness, they've been the guitars over the last year or two that when Rob and I have done demos of them, they've been the ones that have, out of the Ibanez range at least, that we've really gone, whoa, that is some serious value.
Well, I suppose sort of the main sort of holding feature for me was that they were consistently great.
Yes.
Consistently really, really good.
Yeah. Lots of use of really cool veneers of like, you know, the burled mahoganies and all that kind of stuff. Very, very cool. And to celebrate the 30th anniversary, Ibanez kind of said, look, what's like the best thing that we can do out of this Indonesian factory they've got? What's the best premium guitar that we can possibly make?
And this is the result.
And the RG6, it's got a long old name actually, to be honest with you. It's RG6PCM LTD dash and then the colour.
How do you memorise that?
Because it's written on the screen just over there. And so there's a few things that have never been done on a premium guitar before. We might as well start with this
11-piece neck.
Unbelievable!
Look at that.
Neck. Are we zoomed in?
Of course.
I mean, it's 11 pieces of maple and
Wenge
or Wenge and Babing. In fairness, what it essentially is, it's every single wood that they've just banned from being exported anywhere. Yeah, which I don't. Yeah, which is obviously a bit of a bummer for Ibanez. I don't know quite how that impacts on things. But yeah, so Babinga and Wenge, I think, are part of this whole new Rosewood CITES kind of clampdown. But I'm sure Ibanez will source this responsibly and get the correct documents to send it everywhere. But 11 pieces, crazy.
It's a lot of neck.
With a flame maple fretboard.
Well, should we just say why they're using 11 pieces of wood on the neck?
Because it's what, one more than 10? Because everything goes to 11 is better.
Well, but why lots of different kinds of wood in a straight line rather than one piece of wood? Can you think of any?
It's rigidity, isn't it?
Yes.
It's sort of
massively more rigid to have different kinds of wood grain flowing that way at the same time.
All glued and clamped together.
Yes, glued and clamped.
So if the 11-piece neck with the flame maple fretboard isn't rigid enough for you, they then put a titanium truss rod in it. And
In case you get attacked by a guy with a chainsaw and you can go, and it's going to go.
That would be so handy,
it'll stop just at the rod.
And then stainless steel frets, locking tuners, Goto locking tuners as well, so expensive locking tuners.
Ibanez proprietary trem-elo,
Yes.
which has got the wicked little gizmo at the back, so you can do all sorts of exciting
I think it's the
things.
first time that Rob and I have ever really played one of these guitars out the box where the trem systems have been set really rigid.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like I'm giving that some fairly good welly, but I like it actually because it absolutely gets back to where it was before. 3, 2, 1. The next thing that is new and unique on this for premium guitars is these are no longer a veneer. This is a 3.5mm maple top.
It's a top,
isn't it?
yes.
A flame maple.
To be precise, it's a drop top. So they put a layer of maple on top, and then they've got the glue, and they've pressed it down, and they've dropped it over this little arm curve here to make it all lovely.
And it's more obvious to see on the red one than it is on the blue one, but it's a 2-piece book match top. So again, they essentially take the wood, cut it, and then let it sort of fall apart like a butterfly kind of wing, and then they match it together, and so you get this idea of these sort of symmetrical flame on each side. Pickups are Dimarzio pickups, so we have an Air Norton at the neck, a velvet in the middle,
true velvet,
and a tone zone at the bridge. And these are basically, if you've not realised already, these are the same guitar, just different colours.
Let's do some clean.
It's a great guitar. What is this? An ash body or something? What does it tell me on the screen? Is it an ash body? Yeah, ash body. See, I know my wood grain. Ash body, maple top. It's quite heavy, isn't it?
Well, it's not heavy. It's just reassuringly weighted,
wood, isn't it? Basswood's a lot heavier than basswood.
Reassuringly weighted is what I would probably say.
And can I just one last thing before we get into the tones? These are dip dyed, so no, they're not sprayed. Apparently, they're dipped to get this sort of top to bottom burst effect.
That's well cool. It looks great.
Yeah, so actually you get the same burst effect on the back of the guitar as you do on the front of the guitar. You get the same on yours?
I've got exactly the same, but mine's red. So
but if you flip it over, so it's darker at the bottom and lighter at the top. And these are limited edition, so these will only be in the Ibanez catalogue during 2017. Gotta get used to saying 2017.
Yeah, that's a bit weird, isn't it? Really.
So yeah, show me some cleans and just general.
Okay. One thing we did forget to mention before I dial in the ganache, is that they've also got these really, really high-powered glow-in-the-dark side dots.
Yeah,
it's something that I can absolutely testify is invaluable in a live situation.
Yeah, I must admit that. Was it Schecter first started doing that when Keith Merrow kind of wanted the Illumina?
I don't know whether it wasn't another Vi thing.
But they're glow-in-the-dark fret markers on the side of the neck. So yeah, I mean I've never gigged in a situation where I've needed that, but Rob has apparently. That's because I've never gigged.
Well, Rabia and I, you've gigged. You've been at some of my gigs and stage.
I have, yes.
Yeah.
But you know, in all fairness, if you can't work out how to play an A chord without the aid of luminous fret markers, you know, you shouldn't be gigging in the first place. And that's all I've ever played at a gig. Anyway.
Rabia and I played a couple of gigs where we couldn't hear ourselves.
Yeah.
And we couldn't see.
Wow.
So what happens is you're completely blind, and if you honestly, it's
what kind of a gig was that then? I'm sorry, it's pitch black and you've got your fingers in your ears.
We were getting massive ambulance effect from the sound on stage. So everything sounded out of tune to everything else.
Oh, nice.
And there was nothing, and the lights were kind of going or nothing. So it was like, oh, I can't see, oh, I can't hear. And when you get these little glowing fret markers on my Ghost fret, for example, it's like, it's my little safety anchor keeping me safe on the shores of the tone that I'm supposed to be getting. Here are some dirt tone. Sounds good.
It's got that.
But that was just one pickup, though.
Oh, sorry. Keep going. Do it some more on another pickup.
Well, I got a load of them. That's the problem.
You have.
Because we could. I like the fact that there's string separation in some of these middle positions. So if you're kind of doing your... You get more of a sense of the chord, but then when you slam it down... It's got a lot of that penetrating but saturated sound that you really, really want.
It's certainly honky. I mean, the neck is very typical sort of Ibanez Wizard feeling, so perhaps a little bit wider than you'd be expecting on a Strat down here. Gets, I think, quite a lot wider than you'd expect on a Strat up here. It's very thin, and it has a very flat fretboard. A very flat fretboard. So it's got a very flat fretboard. It's a just under 16-inch radius, 400mm radius fretboard, which is, I guess, is fairly typical on most sort of Super Strat kind of guitars.
Super Strat.
The frets on these premium guitars always freak me out slightly. They get the ends so beautifully.
It's like a hippo's forehead.
It is literally. It's
all shiny and dome-like.
Dome-like, that's the word. Almost like...
I just kill Pete.
It's so... But I wonder if... I can't believe that these... I can't believe these are fretted, you know, where you see one piece of wire and then they use some tools to clip them off. I can only imagine these are actually manufactured with such a wonderfully smooth sort of tip on the end of it. I knew I wouldn't be able to say that without Pete laughing.
Quick, give us some gain tones and get out of this hole you're digging.
I mean, I'm not the guy really, am I? But I should say, I think Rob's guitar sounds great, and he's not using any pedals at all into this amplifier. I am, on the other hand, using pedals. So here is a clean, or cleanish kind of sound. I like the sort of in-between sounds. Just so you know, again, this is nothing new here. 3 pickups, 5-way switch. So we're going full humbucker, split coil and the middle pickup, just the middle pickup, split coil and the middle pickup from the bridge pickup, and then just the bridge pickup. Just normal HSH 5-way stuff. So with my JHS Andy Timmons. Loads of sustain, loads of tone. I'm not going to whittle because it's not really my thing. But that's the 6-string in these 2 fabulous colours. But I can hear you all saying, 6? Who plays 6 strings anymore?
Yeah, Lee, play the 7, Lee.
Yeah, Lee, you know you don't play 6-string guitars. So Anyway, so this is the RG7, really long model number that I can't remember, but RG whatever.
That's really fit looking.
And it's basically the same kind of thing. So you've got the crazy 11-piece neck, you've got the ash body with the maple top.
If I wasn't married to the best woman on earth, I'd take that out for dinner too.
What would it eat? What do you think it would order?
Fingers.
Would it eat fish fingers? Oh, it would eat fingers.
It would eat fingers.
Okay, so 7-string, here we go. Obviously, I'm adept at playing the 7-string. I grew up playing 7-string and... Do you know what I am adept at? I'm adept at literally playing 7-string guitars where I avoid going anywhere near the B string. So I'm probably going to pass this over to Rob now.
So Lee is just giving me the
bailed.
7. He's bailed on the 7 and he's given me the 7. So I do not play 7s. Apologies to anyone that really does. I'm just going to start with a couple of clean tones and take you through.
You'll notice the only real difference here is that it's not HSH, it's 2 humbuckers. They're both Andertons, I think. No, they're not. They're PAF 7s. They're PAF 7s.
PAF 7.
Yeah.
I should also say it's not really strung to be drop tuned, which is what Lee's done. We're going to tune up though because it's too clappy.
So there we go. That's the 7-string. As I said, everything we told you about the 6-string is basically repeated. The only difference is because you've got 2 humbuckers rather than HSH, it does this clever thing. So this is normally wired humbucker. This position here is still these 2 coils, but wired in parallel, so more like that out of phasey kind of Strat sound. This is both humbuckers. Then you've got the 2 coils like this, and then you've got the full humbucker.
Yes,
So,
the full fat cheese.
yes.
I'm not a 7-string player and I'm sorry to 7-string players.
Yes, but you got the idea. If you're a 7-string player, I'm sure you'll have an idea what you can do with this.
Tell you what, the back's as nice as the front.
It is. Don't often say that, do we?
Oh, I do.
You do. So there we go. Look, I'll put links in the description below. These are going to be somewhere around about the £1,100 mark. They come with a nice hard case. Well, one of those like, what do you call it, where you got like
a soft hard.
a canvas covered sort of semi-hard.
Wait, I think Pete's going to get one.
Kind of like...
Get that blue one, we'll make a
Kind
thumbnail.
of like Bruce Lee in a tent. So kind of like hard but canvas covered.
Grab that case in one hand and that blue guitar in the other one and we'll make a thumbnail. I've loved these. They've been really good fun to play.
Yeah.
And one day you and I will learn how to play a 7-string and it won't be quite so difficult to do these kinds of guitars.
It's all kind of, I think Indonesia, man. It's the new
It's the world's new guitar factory.
Where, brands are getting great quality and great value at the same time. So there we are.
I think Indonesia is the new Korea and I think Korea is the new Japan.
And Japan is
the new
America. And America... I
Now,
can't say that.
he said that.
And America will be great again.
I've been Rob Chappers.
I've been the captain.
See you later.
4, 3, 2, 1.
So here are some This is Rory from the UK. Tell me about Rory.
So he edits videos. Rory's awesome.
Yeah!